Hi. Now we're going to look at the different buttons and options we have when we are editing our program. When we bring in the text file or NC file right over here, we see the exact same thing as our notepad file in our job sequence window over here on the right. First thing to notice is that NC Simul loads the different objects like our machine and our clamp and rough stock sequentially. So if I just go through here at the top, first we load the machine, then we see it adds the clamp, then it adds the curt move, the rough stock, and finally our tools. And then we can jump to the beginning and go through this line by line to see a simulation without actually clicking play yet. So some of the buttons here, this will bring you to the beginning of the code, the first line. The similar button but pointing to the right further down here will bring us to the end, to our M30. This button will bring us to our previous tools. So if I start from the end, it goes to tool 3, then tool 2, then tool 1. And this will go the other way around, of course, brings me from tool 1 or 2 and back and forth. These just bring me up and down line by line, which I can just do with my keyboard anyways. It's two different ways to do that. The dynamic mode button, if I activate this, if I click from this line, it stays there, and I'll click to another line, it will just do that part of the simulation. Then I can go scroll further down, click again, and now it'll do that simulation. And I'll need to click it again to deactivate that mode. Our binoculars are search. So I could either search for the whole word or just to have to make sure to match the case. So if I just put in something like, let's see, I see a Y 0.25. Well, if I had a Y, I have to change the direction up and down to see where I'm searching. If I had a Y 0.250, it would find that one as well as my 0.25s. So then I would want to do match the whole word to be more specific. These are a breakpoint. So if I put in a breakpoint, and this will only take effect if my simulation option is in break option, but this adds a breakpoint to my program. So we have a pause when we run a simulation. We will pause here. So let's just hit play, and we'll see as soon as we get to line N600, it pauses. And if I want to keep going, well, I can just hit play again, and we keep going. If I want to just remove that, so let me just fast forward to that line. Just remove this particular line, I can again click on the breakpoint and get rid of it. Or if I have multiple breakpoints and I want to get rid of them all, then that's what the other button would be, is to remove all our breakpoints. This is our quick editing mode. If I just wanted to go in, edit my text file, put in another line of code, say maybe an N515, and do another line of some sort, I would do that just to quickly go in and out of my text and modify my code or make a correction on certain type of syntax errors. If I click it again, I will need to take my changes into account and click yes to save them. We also have a deeper editing mode. That's the next button. That opens up a separate tab where we have also an edit mode to go in and out of my text file to edit it, or I have an MDI mode. I can also convert a line to a comment from here. Putting parentheses around the line does the same thing. This just makes you do multiple lines at a time if you'd like, or just click on a line and convert it to comment. I can replace. I can take all my Y 0.25s, replace it all with maybe I wanted Y 0.2. We're going to match the whole word and find the next one and then just replace it and make a replacement of that. If there's multiple ones, we can replace them all at the same time by hitting replace all. I could renumber my lists here. We don't need to have your end line numbers, not necessary, but if you have them or would like to add them, you can do that automatically in NC Simul. Let's say we start here, we're jumping. Let's jump to the beginning. So we're starting at N100. So let's renumber this. We're going to actually start at N10, increment by 5s, and maximum and frequency. Very good. So if I click OK now, and we'll see we should start at N10, incrementing by 5s. 10, 15, 20, and so on. Very quick and easy way to do that. And then we can save our program once we've made all of these changes, or cancel and do undo, essentially undo or cancel all. And I can get out of my editing mode. And that's what this diskette does as well. It saves your program. So your text file is not saved unless you save it here. Although if you do exit the program, it will ask you, do you want to save your program ahead of time? But if you see on our job window at the bottom, it has modify next to it. So if I click on my diskette and save my program, or save as if I don't want to overwrite it, let me click save. Do you want to save my changes? Yes. Now that modify has disappeared and we have officially overwritten our original program of a text or NC file. It is now, that same file is now whatever changes we have edited has been taken into account there. Otherwise, when it says modify, it hasn't been replaced yet. And if I would, let's make another change just to put something here. So modify shows up there. But if I go and close the software, do I want to quit NC Simul? Yes. Well, it's going to ask me, do you want to save the current job? And if I say no, it's going to ask me, do you want to save the program? So the job is everything we see here, if we moved our clamps or anything like that, but the program is specifically the G-code programming. So even if I do forget to save, we always get that warning to make sure to save our program. And those are the different tools we have to edit our G-code in NC Simul. Thank you.